Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Syahada binti Jamaluddin. My metric number is J46380. So today I will present out my oral presentation. So the movie that I chose is Outlaw King. So before I proceed with my slides, I will put out my review on this movie. So Outlaw King is one of the most visually breathtaking film of 2019. The cinematography, the set piece, costume design are absolutely perfect. The story based off a true event is very engaging, and the film does a great job at making us root of Robert Bruce. So basically, this movie is all about historical genre. So, however, the film feels like it should have been longer, which make me believe that it should have a mini series instead. So basically, that is my review on this movie. So let's proceed with the slides. So now I'll be sharing you my slide. Okay. So let me zoom in first. Okay, this is my uh slide. So this is oral presentation. So the movie that I choose is Outlaw King. This is my name and my metric numbers. So let's look at the summary of the story. So this story have been set in 14th century in Scotland. Outlaw King pick up where Braveheart left off with Robert the Bruce, which is a Chris Pine having assumed that throne as King of Scotland and battled the English in a war for independence. Now forced into outcast by the director character Prince of Wales, acting out by Billy Wall, Robert must wage a bloody war against the English once more in order to reclaim his throne and take back Scotland with the help of James Douglas, acting by Aaron Taylor Johnson and a troop of loyal Scots. The war won't be so easily to be won. So, however, as the small group must face off against the biggest army in the world in an attempt to earn their independence once and for all. So that is the summary of this movie. So let's move on to the next one. So I will be telling you the key fact about this movie. So this movie has been directed by David Mackenzie. So the cast of this movie, as you can see at here, there's a lot of the actor have been uh casting inside this movie, which is Chris Pine, Aaron Taylor Johnson, Stephen Delane, Florence Pugh, Billy Holt, Tony Curran, and James Cosmo. So there's a lot of actor inside it. So year release, the movie have been released in the year of 2018. So the producer of this movie is Sigma Films. So that is the key fact about this movie. So let's move on to the next slide. So I will be talking about the language change, the analysis of this uh, movie. So this movie is from the Old English to the Middle English. So as you can see here, right? As you can know, historical language. Inside this movie, there is a lot of historical language have been used, which is as you can know, uh, during the Old English, we know that many of the symbol or many of the uh, symbol of the word symbol is represent the word that nowadays we want to talk, right? So historical language, history of the English language, demonstrates how language change over time and present England as being much multiracial, multicultural right down to its roots. So let's move on to the next one. So inside this story, actually, the language have been used was spoken in the medieval, which is in the Scotland. So most of the people in the Scotland speak in this language. And then Robert the Bruce would have spoken in the late 13th and early 14th century. So actually, there's at the middle of the old English time. So they were speaking their old language. So next one. Okay, as you can see here, this is a chart that represent the process of the language in the movie or maybe in the Scotland. So Scotland, actually, the first language that have been used over there is common barytonic. So sorry, barytonic. So it's the first one. The first language is Goidelic language, which is during the Old English language. So the second language during the Middle English language, they have been used this kind of language which call Spatziler language. So these two languages have been implemented into this movie. So as you can look here, the first one is around 900s, which is the King of Alba century. Okay, if you wanted to know more information, you always can find through the movie or maybe through the history. So it's been used on the 6th century, which is the old English. Next one, the second language, South North or maybe South country actually use this language, which is Norman family. So it's actually influenced by the Norwegian French language. So as you can see here, this is the process of the language changes. All right, next one. So as you can see here inside the this movie is actually have a Anglo-Norman text. If we want to translate it to the modern English translation, as you can see here. So let me introduce you the Anglo-Norman text, which is the old or the middle English. The huge de laissez contraire comme il fait face baruns, chevaliers, sergents et garçons, Chester knocked to prime donat, Hughie, Tyrell, Quill, Tan Amat, E. Chester, Brack, Solemn, L. Esquit. So some of the word is very hard to pronounce. So today modern English is very super simple to pronounce. So of Hugh de Lacy, I shall tell you how he and forfeits his barons, knights, surgeons, and retainers. Castleknock, in the first place, he gave to Hugh Tyrell, whom he loved so much, and the Castle Bragg, according to the writing. So basically, that is the changes inside the movie, which is the language move, the language language changes time to the time. So okay, I think that's all from me. So basically this is part of the movie. As you can see here, this is part of the movie. So one more thing I want to share to you is, let me stop this one first. Okay. All right. Next one. I want to share you. Okay. just now I already give you the review on this movie. So I just want to emphasize on this movie, how this movie is giving the influence to the reader to read it. So some viewers say this movie is pointed out the English are portrayed in a very negative manner, which is true. So I don't know. They are made to be evil in this film, burning castle and slaughtering innocent people, but this film is an historically accurate as possible, and this event most likely took place, but like what I said before, everything crammed together quickly. If they made a miniseries, they could have shown more of the story. So if they made a mini series for this movie, so some readers might understand the flow of the story, right? So that's all from me. So I hope that you enjoy about this oral presentation. So that's all. Thank you.